morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are on the planet listening to the FPI's Current Affairs. Welcome, and this is our last Current Affairs for the year. So Nici, I'm going to jump straight into an update from the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. So from the Financial Planning Institute side, we really want to congratulate the Deputy Commissioner Astrid Ludin. She was appointed as the President of the International Organization of Pension Supervisors. Now, this organization helps setting standards for pension funds globally. This is a very big win, not just for the Financial Sector Conduct Authority, but also for South Africa. So, Deputy Commissioner Astrid Ludin, congratulations and a big shout out from the FPI. Nici, over to you.
Thank you. Yes, and it's wonderful to see the South Africa once again in the forefront of leadership in the world. So, public warnings. The Financial Sector Conduct Authority has really gone out of their way this year to do quite a lot of public warnings. And the last 2 weeks, there was quite a few that came out again. So, one of the last ones was that they warned the public against a company called Investify 360 that offers daily returns of up to 75% and falsely claiming FSCA regulation. Daily returns, that's eye-watering. That would be wonderful, but unfortunately, I don't think it is correct. So Investify 360 is not authorized to provide financial services. They're not regulated by the FSCA. Obviously, claims of a 75% per day is a little bit unrealistic. Raises concerns. The FSCA could not reach them for comment either. So as with all the FSCA's public warnings, they keep telling the public, and we keep telling the public, make sure that you double check whether the authorization is done by the FSCA, check the category of advice, check the license number, because they also like to impersonate existing FSPs, these scam artists. And for safer financial decisions, always consult an authorized provider and professional.
You know, Nici, where I'm very thankful to the Financial Sector Conduct Authority for these public warnings. You know, this daily 75%, there's a lot of households, you know, in the current economic conditions that we have, that is desperate for something like that, and it normally hits the vulnerable group of our society. So I want to echo what Nici had said, always make sure that it is a product that really exists, and remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. But on that note, I'm going to scoot right into an international story. So there's a story that came out from FINRA. So FINRA is the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority in the US. So what had happened there, we have Continuous Professional Development in South Africa, CPD, and other territories have Continuing Education, which is CE. So whether it's CE or CPD, it is the same thing. So 63 brokers was actually fined and suspended. The fine, some of the fines were up to $5,000, American dollars that is. So the question is, what did they do wrong? Well, they asked somebody else to do the CPD for them. So a classical example would be somebody says, you know what, I need to be at a CPD event, but I'm going to send my personal assistant to go in, sign for me, write down my ID number, listen to it, sign out. You know what, that is a problem. It's fraud. So these brokers, 63, were suspended, and you can find the publication on the World Wide Web, and in that publication you will see that actually named and shamed not just the broker that actually crooked or tried to crook the CE system, but also the financial institution that they work for. So this is quite a rude awakening for financial institutions to make sure from a fit and proper point of view that you verify that the person had done their CPD. Nici and I both sit on the Conduct and Ethics Committee at the FPI, and that's a committee of peer-to-peer review. Can you tell me more about local cases?
Yes, so there was a few cases at the FPI this year where we had to follow a disciplinary process that involved consent orders, the signing of a warning, paying of a fine, maybe doing some extra CPD, where one or two of our members claimed CPD for the hour that they spent. And remember, in terms of both Board Notice 194, so in terms of fit and proper, as well as the FPI CPD policy, CPD is measured in time. You spent an hour in learning, and therefore I can claim that time. The assessment comes in for verification that I actually did the time, it sounds like I'm in jail, but that I actually spent the time in my CPD. So what had happened is that those specific members would go into the CPD system, bypass the video or forward through it or go through it too fast, complete the assessment and claim the time. That is not allowed, and except for the fact that it's not allowed, it's actually not the way you should approach CPD.
Yeah.
CPD is supposed to be continuous professional development. As a professional, you are supposed to keep your own competencies up to date so you can advise your clients better. CPD is not supposed to be a tick box exercise. It's not supposed to be a chore. It's supposed to be what you do every day. It's part of your daily functioning. So we did have the same type of thing this year. And then what we also see happening is, because we're also approved CPD providers, is we get quite a lot of information on what's happening in the industry. And it seems that there's a new trend where people send in not their personal assistants, but their AI readers into webinars to do the CPD, only read the summary, complete the assessments, and then say, but I did it. I completed my CPD. That's not the way to do it. You're not only cheating yourself, you're also cheating your client. So I'll get off my soapbox about CPD now.
And then if you attend any FPI events, we do remove those AI readers the moment that it enters our digital studios. So just maybe in conclusion on CPD, remember CPD is there to help you offer a better competitive product, in other words yourself, to your client. And when you do CPD, make sure it's continuous professional development. Make sure that you join webinars and attend master classes, any CPD event that actually enhances your own growth, because the moment you do CPD that you have an interest in, you are motivated and encouraged to stay for the whole session. So this is really more about you and your professional development. Now, Nici, we're going to wrap up this last session. A few announcements from the FPI and a few reminders. So currently the annual member declaration or renewal is open. For those who wants to pay the 2024 fees, for this year, you can still pay that for 2025, but only up until the 15th of December. After that, the 2025 fees will come in, and this is what we've over the years called our early bird discount. So pay for next year's fees by still paying the same fees you have in 2024. That ends on the 15th of December. And that is only for people that pay us up front the full fee. It's unfortunately not available for people on a debit order. So please remember to renew your membership, and you can renew your membership up until including the 31st of March. Remember, part of the renewal is you have to have had completed your CPD for the previous CPD cycle. Why not this one? Well, it only comes to an end at the end of May. So please make sure that you've completed your previous CPD cycle CPD before you start, and uploaded it onto the FPI system before you start the renewal process. Nici, over to you.
Yes, then good news for everybody who wants to become a certified financial planner professional. Our new assessment process is in place and registrations are open. So the new assessment process will consist of multiple choice examinations that some people, depending on what pathway you're in, has to complete. Those are already open for registration for both January, February, and I think March is also open at this point in time. And then Capstone and Financial Plan, the first one is opened for the end of January, registrations. We are so excited about this new way of assessment. We are going to really teach you to do financial planning on a super duper level. So we are really looking forward to seeing our first cohort of candidates coming through there.
I love the super duper, and I think what's also brilliant from the Capstone course coming through. So if you look at the 4 E's, this is the new way of doing the examination, the assessment, professional competency examination, whatever you want to call it. But the beauty about the Capstone course coming through, it is approved for verifiable CPD hours. So if you are a representative in the industry who has to complete your CPD hours, you can claim that because it is already approved for FACE purposes and also for FPI. But also part of that fee is actually your first year's membership. So we've really turned the way that we do the assessments on its head. Why was there a need for such a big change? Well, the international standards had changed. If you want to know more about the Capstone course, it is on our YouTube channel, the FPI's YouTube channel. And if you're stuck, you can always email certification@fpi.co.za. Then from Capstone to annual refresher, Annual Refresher is kicking off with a passion in March next year. So let's have a look. And why March and not February? Well, normally all the presenters have to update their slides and their content because of the budget speech. So we've made a call to only have Annual Refresher in March this year. So we will kick it off in Durban, the 12th of March. The 13th of March, we are in Cape Town, and then the following week we are in Johannesburg and Pretoria. So we will not have Johannesburg and Pretoria in one venue. We saw that our members didn't like that. So Pretoria and Johannesburg will be on their own again. Nikki, over to you for convention.
Yes, then convention for the next 2 years are already booked. So the 3rd and the 4th of November 2025. Let me just double check where it's 2025 will be in Sandton Convention Centre, and then in October 2026, I think it's the second week of October 2026, we have booked the Cape Town Century City Convention Centre, there where we were this year. So there's 2 dates for you, very, very important. Convention is always the flagship event of the year, so please join us there. Book your diaries out so long.
I think the nice thing about the 2026 convention that we have, those dates dovetails with the financial planning week and financial planning day, and we purposefully do that so that we as a profession, everybody together at the convention can actually celebrate World Financial Planning Day. And I think it would be fantastic if we could have a recording in 2026 of everybody at Convention Centre, and we share that normally globally. So globally, FPI for that day will trend around the globe. So I'm already super excited about 2026. Nikki, can you see why I sometimes forget we're still in 2024?
Yeah.
Because my brain runs at least for the next 24 months always ahead of myself. On that, thank you so much for everybody's support. This is the last FPI Current Affairs for the year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we look forward to walking the journey with you in 2025. Nikki?
Enjoy your holidays, rest, and we will see you again in 2025.
And then thank you from my side to the person behind the camera, Macdonald. Thank you for your support, your awesome camera. She's the light, she's the camera, we the action.
Yeah, she makes us look good.
Absolutely. And Nikki from my side, baie dankie. She's been doing this with me for some time. So thank you, Nikki, I appreciate you.
And we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun at FPI.
On that note, blessings everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.